Hello, party people. Happy Thursday. Yes. Um, Believe it or not, I'm here today. Don't get used to it. Just thought, I got something to use now. I mean, got a job and everything. You know what comes with that. And so it's like, why don't we go to the store? I want to get some more headphones. I think I talked about it on the last episode, but no one looked at that. I think we might just default to this little side thing. I'm gonna try to keep it here, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, it seems like I struck a nerve last time. Whatever I had going on, I didn't get a view in the same day of posting. It is what it is, you know. Sometimes on Instagram, I get 100 views, no likes, other than from family. Shout out to family. But yeah, it is what it is. That was a lot more out there, that episode. Showed me the nature of things. You good as long as you don't, rock the boat too much. Then they'll throw you overboard. You're never too free. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, we're just gonna do our normal circuit. Happy summer to all the students. I probably said this last time. But yeah, now I feel in the summer mood. I'm outside, man. I'm outside breathing. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if the hat's still a little bit strange. I got it from Party City. It's been holding me down. But it would, care to get a better one. I don't know if there's any hat stores, But yeah, I would like to upgrade this too. Now that I got stuff to spend again, and I got this vision. Now that I got a more concrete vision, than I had a few years back, I'm thinking, let's use it effectively. Finally push the message. And yeah, we'll talk about what happened yesterday at work. Now, this time I prepped the protein this time. I seen it last time. I got in early. As soon as I got in, it's around like 8. And usually I'm supposed to get there by 9. But the two veterans there, they get in early. So the door's open to me. I gotta do what I can. So yeah. Yeah, so I prepped the protein this time. It was a little right? Because I'm still new, of course. I'm glad everybody has patience with me. That's the issue. A lot of people that can be smart never get the chance to. And that's what happened with me. And, the place I'm at now, I agree that the system has faults. And I probably want to be speaking on what I spoke on yesterday. Or 2 yesterdays ago, excuse me. I'm talking about the work day 2 yesterdays ago. And also the said video. I wouldn't be speaking on these topics if I had a closer proximity to the system, right? You're going to change it if you've been excluded from it. Or you evaded it. For whatever reason. But yeah, prep that. It's basically just the two veterans and me. They've been there for a while. So they helped me across. They got a huge catering order. This story isn't that much interesting, but it was nice to be there. You had to be there, right? I felt like we really did something. Just 3 people there. Nobody came in until like 5 p.m., 4 p.m., 3 p.m. And this is to say, the triangle is a strong shape. That's interesting. I thought that was art right there, whatever that was. If y'all didn't see that correctly, there was a crow, then 2 crows. I don't even know what it was, but it looks like that is, wings out like that. It's like, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you just gotta walk outside, man. It feels good being life again. You know, back then, 2025, I was just going out for the sake of it. I really felt like at like a dead end in my life, and school wasn't going anywhere. School, the structure of it was never shown as anything positive to me. At least, you know, by the time I guess I had more control over it in high school. I could have done more, but, and this comes up every episode about the regret of that. So it is what it is, but yeah, basically it is what it is. Everything was there, then paid all the money. And the thing about money is, it comes back. One of the most important things comes back. See, that's why they get you in a position to act like it's more than it is. And it is important. All I'm saying is that it is expendable. And it's less a tool, you know? A lot of people spend their whole life trying to get money. Yo. And by the time you get the money, you usually use it because you were willing to spend it on something, right? And that's just how the nature of how it is. Because you need to have a lot of money to actually be able to do something with it. Just being honest. Hey, to get a house, right? To get a house, you need how much K? Like 5 figures, right? It's probably 6 figures. I don't know, we might want to do a diversion. I'm gonna go up here. Nope, not a bad idea. Just gonna cross over. Got some. The man. Anywho. Yeah. My vice back then was food. You spend all my money on food and the pleasures. Oh look. Now taxi drivers finally feeling the man. Maybe it isn't a good idea to, you know, drive on the line. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You know, I'm just a simple walker. No vehicles. Just using my original vehicle, you know? Anyway. Yeah. You spend on, you know, food and let's just say NSFW stuff. I was 15, of course. Mama told me I had a vision. Everybody around me told me that I had talent. Talent's the word I meant to use. What I didn't have was a vision. Now that I got that now, you know, time is of the essence. And time is money. You gotta use the value, good. Because now I know that I got a dream. You know? I know what I want to do. It doesn't require me to go anywhere. I don't need a degree with what I want to do. That point might be missed on some folks. You don't need a degree to do everything. You need to have a degree to be gay something. You know what I mean, a degree might get you some tools to make something make you feel free. It's not free when you gave something. I mean, they give us the fruits. They don't give us the land, though. You know what I mean? That's just me, though. What does smell remind me of? So, like, spaghetti sauce, maybe. First thing that came to my mind was either trash or White Castle. Could be synonymous to some people. It was to me. Had them when I was like 6. I couldn't understand when everybody had that. I think it was off the store. Ain't nobody eating White Castle. I don't even know if that exists down here. But nah, man. Yeah. Yeah, it might just be trash. But, yeah, White Castle better be gone. But why does White Castle remind me of trash? Just hit the speed face. That smells like sun. Yeah, I would like to get a better hat. This is just a mock hat, really. It was back in my visionless days, So I've been making more masks. Some of them just lying around, honestly. I got the one on the wall. Got the one on John. But I want to have one to wear, It could be like, I don't know. I feel like it would let me say more in a weird way. I want to have something that represents a different side, The hat and the mask. My Instagram profile, basically. What I did, I had to freak that, man. I had to hold it over my face. That's what you see my fingers in that PSP, right? But yeah, I don't know what I imagined for the hat. I'm still getting used to seeing myself, right? And that I'm a real person who exists. It's interesting. I guess maybe we can look one of these days. Y'all really keep me, what's the word? Accountable. There we go. Y'all hold me accountable. So whenever I say I do something, it's on camera. It's like, oh, you said you were gonna do that. Well, for the eventual person that may watch this, if I do something, you can oh, you said that before. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I ramble on these, And it's really my mom. I'm really my mother's son. She does the same. She says things but doesn't do them. Oh, I want to do this. And it's I don't really want to do that. It's just like a thought. Which makes sense. Yeah, but I want to go farther with my thoughts, man. I want to start a family with them, man. A nice little semi-humid day. Feel the wind. I want to get out a little closer tonight. On my way back from work Tuesday. Yep. Off Memorial Day, I've seen a lot of people fishing, and that's cool. It really is summer now. I don't remember last summer. That wasn't even real to me, because I was in the house. It was out of my bad era. Early 2025 was. Whew, I liked it though. I mean, it was mad cold. I would go out during the nights. Just go on that little swing near the apartment. It's not really a swing. It's like this little circle trampoline thing, right? It's not a trampoline, though. It's like a pancake, 2 chains. No, not the wrapper, right? Against 2 poles. And then you would swing that back and forth, right? Back and forth. And I would go on that, listen to music. It's good times. Yeah, that really held me through. Now, that was at my peak delusion. The thing about listening to music all the time, I don't know for y'all, but definitely for me, antisocial child I was back then. I'm more so a moderate child now. I'm getting out of my box, right? Is that if you listen to something enough, you're gonna start to believe it's either you or something you could do. And I thought, when I was making these songs, no, I wasn't making songs. It would have been better if I was making songs back then, actually. When I was listening to these songs, I would imagine, I'm sure this happened to some of y'all. I saw in some Instagram comments, it's like, yeah, no one lived a specific experience. I don't know if my mind crashed. Anyway, I would imagine myself making music videos to the songs I would listen to, as if it was me in them. And this has been going on since I'm gonna say freshman year. Yeah, I was that messed up back then, and I couldn't go outside after the pandemic. Excuse me. For y'all out there that want to guess my age, I probably said it before, but you can do some little fun math. I was in 8th grade the day we were allowed to go back into schools. Now, some people were allowed to go to the year before that. I believe 2021. No. Nope, it was 2021, right? Whatever 7th grade was for me, some people went in there with masks. It was like, that's totally overrated, man. Probably better to be on the other side of the road. Let's do it. It seems pretty busy out. Wow, what the? Got a wicked block party going on down there. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Something about music videos? Right. I think sometimes we really need to unplug from the internet. Because I definitely knew it back then. It was like I was in some kind of trance. Although you listen to other people's songs, I've been, how can I make that? I think a part of making songs is living life, right? Art imitates life. Classic term. Art imitates life. And in order to make good art, at least for me, I felt a lot more inspired when I was actually living life, you know? Which is now, and was back then too. Flying Sphinx was made off that. Hello. Flying Sphinx wouldn't exist if I wasn't living life back then. And so now we'll see what's going to be made once I live life more. I gotta freak this. Right. Excuse me, I'm using my third eye, man. And probably, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta take the risk, huh? Like, even at work, I'd be lagging. It's like, I really do a task, I go over there. I was like, why did I go here? I wonder what that is. I might be a, case of isolation autism. Maybe that's something I can get off. It's provocative enough. I think I can title it that and maybe get one view. Isolation autism. Because I think that's what this is. Because like I said before, God damn, I'm getting congestion. And that's what I'm talking about, man. I can't keep on eating the outside stuff. I told myself today would be the last day. Especially now, where we got a lot more to gain and a lot more to lose. Y'all gonna keep me accountable. Y'all really my third eye. Anywho, see, that's another brain lag, right? And that reminds me of what I was just saying. Good pastime. I was even, at least I felt a lot more keen when I was back in school. And for the downfall of school was, for me, and the many limitations that I found from it, it's that I was around, maybe not always like-minded, but just other people. It doesn't have to be my age. A lot of times I felt it better to be around people who were older than me. Because I don't really be, deep down in my mind, I know I don't really need to be stimulated by people my other age, like emotionally. Because I can get knowledge from people who are older than me. And usually they're a lot more emotionally intelligent to, align with what I had to go to, what I had to go through at a young age. And dealing with people that have just been mom and dad, you growing up, pizza every Friday type families. It was like, oh, I don't want to deal with your BS, man. And, I don't miss that part. But I miss the people part. Even being with the veterans at the work. It's like, I like being with people who are older than me. There's more to learn there. It's not like dislike people my own age, but nah. Old heads and aunties, they usually have a lot more to say. Because this ties into my point. They know about people power. Like I said on Tuesday, these books about theory, they based off real life. Sometimes you just gotta live, man, and then you can write your book. You know, I've learned a lot about art, making stuff, ideas from what I consumed off the internet, which is people power, and also what I, absorbed from people in real life, where we at now. You know. But the thing with being on the internet all the time and being homeschooled is it feels like you're trying to simulate real life. Not simulate real life. They had clubs and all that. I appreciate that, but again, with people your age. But I feel like it's ultimately going to be bad for the kid, especially with all these moves to digital stuff unnecessarily. Like with technology, we can really do a lot more important stuff than link our minds to computers, man. And even if they force that, they're not forcing that on nobody. Nobody around me. I'm moving to Africa. They move that shit there, then it's going to really be our business. But I'm really I'm trying to get my money here, man. But people power is important. Under whiteness isn't an identity. It's more like an umbrella you can be under, or a jacket you wear. You know what I mean? It's like a band t-shirt. And it's the worst band you ever seen. You never want to be associated with the white band. Because all it means to be white is hating black people. And just being evil, man. You got the grace to be a German, Italian. We forgive you, Germany, like Lil Dicky said. French, English, Irish, and they try to punk y'all too under whiteness. The same thing that made the British do that. That's the same elements put into whiteness. You should flaunt your heritage, but don't try to play both sides if you want to be a good person, man. Because nothing's good about wearing that band t-shirt known as whiteness. There's nothing good about whiteness. All that whiteness has ever been used for was to colonize black people, justify that, and to oppress minorities. Be Scottish, be French, be Scandinavian. We just black, man. At least you have the choice to have some pride in your identity. I'm proud of what we have as Africans here. Displaced here, but some of us, that's a different conversation though. Anyway, proud of what we have here, but you shouldn't divorce yourself from that, because even now that I can get money and stuff like that, it's a different type of trauma not knowing where you're from. Okay, that was a clip. How was that? I'm gonna post that today. I really need people to know. I'm not on no light shit, man. Yeah, I'm gonna post on Instagram. I might short it, to what's the word? To my chagrin. There's a simpler way to say that, but chagrin is just a word I remember. But yeah, get outside, man. You watching this? Turn this off. I don't need your view. I'm talking about important stuff on the last episode. And, I really felt, because once I really start, unmasking the reality of what I live in, where I live, even the city, the state, the country, it's like, I'm not safe here, man. You only, like I said earlier, you're only as good as when you don't rock the boat. When you rock the boat, then you're off to swim. So you might as well just bring your own raft anyway, man. Yeah, so we gonna put this hat in a little spot. I gotta look at this picture and really assess what kind of hat I want. I would like it to be longer, I feel like I kind of look like a scarecrow. It doesn't really fit on my head how I imagine it being. It kind of just sits there. Yeah, it's more like a sombrero type than the type of long hat I imagined. So yeah, I'll look into that. Anyway, shall we get going now to the spot? I had a name for it. Forget it. If anybody wants to tell me in the comments what I called it in older episodes, we're going there. We don't do edits here. But yeah, like I said, I was making another mask, and I'm trying to figure out, the technology, the type of invention I need to get into where I can make something that actually goes around my head and like stays there. Now I'm not really sure about the eyes yet, like me actually seeing through it. Um, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I just wanted it to be something for like music videos type, because there's the Pumpity Man ethos, you know. Um, that's just happy to be there, and you know, it is to be said, I'm enjoying myself so far. People aren't evil. White's evil. That's how I'm carrying it. That's where all of my distrust came from and comes from. It's white, not people. But yeah, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. It's people can do a lot of things when they got vision for it. Just keep on working toward it. I seen, this one guy on Instagram. I think he's from Africa. Of course, from Africa, not Afrikaner, but that was a stray. And yeah, he was making like a washing machine out of cardboard. It's like, wow, he got like whole cords and everything. He, like stick them together, got the whole thing spinning and all. Like, man, you can really do everything. You really do anything and everything, But yeah, what I wanted to segue off in, the me and the two veterans story from the work was, it reminded me, the triangle, strongest shape of nature. I'm not gonna call the episode that because I didn't really, segue that the best. Of course, I have these things in my mind. I don't write it down. We don't script these. But yeah, it reminds me of two friends I had. Not because like the people themselves remind me of that, but it wanted me. I think I should get this out there. Two old friends from Pennsylvania, Julia and Claudia. It feels weird saying out my mouth. I was such a different person back then. I was a kid, of course, but a lot of stuff has happened outside of just growing up, the turbulence that comes with growing up and just living, right? Well, reminds me of two friends I had. We were like Three Musketeers type. A lot of stuff in life I've come to realize comes in threes. Junior high, these other things, friends. That friend group was a three group, and it held me down. It was very fun. I really need much people to be friends with back then. I didn't say that good. That's all I needed back then. Just Julia and Claudia and Solomon. Now I remember where I met Julia. She was in my kindergarten class. I don't remember the exacts of how we met. We were in the same class, so you know how it goes when you're a kid. This stuff just happens. The thing with Claudia, I don't remember when I met her, right? All I just remember was all of a sudden we were all together in a group, I believe. I don't remember if that was the case. I think it was. Because I'm wondering, in my memory, did I like mythologize it to be different than how it was? But I think that's the case, man. I think it was first grade or second grade. I met Claudia, and then we all just became a group of three. Man, I can't remember how exactly we met, like what class we were in, because I remember back then, sort of, how it goes. You basically just have your group of 20, then you would just cycle between classes. You didn't really meet people outside of, except for like lunch or something or recess. That 20 group was really all I needed, man. I see Motorcycle Bull. Let's see if he on BS. So I'm just gonna keep on walking and then explain my story, all right? But yeah, I don't remember how we met, but I don't think it's anything crazy. I think that's actually the truth of what happened, right? So it was us three. And yeah, from maybe first or second grade to fourth grade? Fourth grade, yes. We were all a band. You know, we went to Crayola in Allentown, I think. Is that where it is? Wherever Crayola is in Pennsylvania, northeast Pennsylvania, excuse me, northeast Pennsylvania, whatever Crayola is in that region, that's where we went. I believe it's Allentown, maybe like Stroudsburg or something, I don't know. And we went to that together. Oh, if only I had the pictures. I miss my old people. And no, we're gonna get to that. So basically around fourth grade, you know, we were the band. And Julia, you know, she was moving. She was moving back to New York at the end of that fourth grade. And like, you know, it was all sentimental stuff. I don't think I cried, but, you know, I was sad for her to be gone, you know? And, you know, new kids came in, stuff like all like that. And in fifth grade, yeah, it was just me and Claudia. And, you know, our relationship wavered a bit. Now, you know, we were 9, of course. I think it was like, I was getting jealous. She was hanging out with, he was like light-skinned dude named Prince. No, his name was King. His name was King, I remember. And I think he was a light-skinned bull. He was olive skin, curly hair, sort of like Afro type. Not like Afro like texture, but it was like curly, like what's a good example? I'm imagining you know, Cinna's cameraman, Rosie. It's like that bull type hair. But imagine that like bigger in the shape of an afro type, right? That's how I remember. Sorry if the phone got too close to my face and all that. I'm still learning this stuff, of course. Man. But yeah, you know, I'm just gonna skip through this a bit, then I can get to what I want to talk about. I'm saying that like I actually have like something specific I want to say. Well, I'm just going, let me. For something came up, my mama said, "Hey, you want to move down to Texas?" I was like, "Sure." I was 9, and you know, I don't regret it, but you know, I didn't really think much about it. I was like, you know, Julia's not over here. Our relationship, Claudia and I's, sort of went dwindling. We used to play Roblox together. A little side note, because I remember after she texted me on Roblox. I didn't really play Roblox too heavy. I was more of like a console gamer. I don't think I was playing Fortnite back then. This had to be when I was in 5th grade. This was around 2018. Yeah. Because I was 9 in 2018. This was the new year. August, September, October. I spent a Halloween there. November, I spent a Thanksgiving down here. Right. So after I left, to move down, it was really emotional. Yeah, I like cried a bunch. And then Claudia sent me a message off Roblox. It was like, "Hey, you know, I'm sorry." I think I asked her for her number, right, before I left. Because, you know, I wanted to keep that communication. But, like, you know, we were young. Stuff happens when you're young. He's like, I remember she told me that was weird. That was basically all it was. And then I got offended by that. And then I was leaving. It was like, hey, I didn't mean to say that. I wish I had my old iPad so I can look at the message. But that's basically what it boiled down to. It was like, hey, sorry about the thing about the phone. Yeah, I think that's all it was. You know, we were young. But the thing about I wanted to get to there was, I've been thinking over all of my music-filled delusions with the music in my ear. Imagine me in videos with a huge crowd behind me, doing stuff like that, like Mr. Too Cool for School. Among those delusions, and let's be more positive, let's say glass half full, let's say more of those predictions and visions, is that I would eventually meet up with, my two old friends. I don't know how, but how I imagine this series going is just me being in life and life moving how it may move. Now, maybe unfortunately, you can maybe say this was weird, but I ended up finding Julia's Instagram. It was a strong process. I think I cried after. A lot of fucked up stuff happened that made me cry when I found out my old friend is still alive. Because a part of it was a delusion too, right? Same thing as like, this may not even happen. So it's like a dream, It's like a dream. And so when I seen that, it almost gave me a type of hope, that maybe, my music isn't popping off as I imagined it. In a childish way, I imagined it to boom immediately, like a Lil Tyler type character. I wasn't even making anything interesting. I guess, until like Power World or something, I really had like a song with potential. But after seeing Julia around 2025, maybe mid to late, her Instagram is like, there's maybe this possible here. I couldn't find Claudia's. I'm being honest with you, because a lot of people do these things. They try to find old people on the apps, and that's what I did. It gave me hope. Knowing people I used to know exist, and a sort of dread creeped in as well. It's like, what if we do meet again and you're not satisfied, or I'm so different from what I used to be? It isn't how I imagine it there. And as I came to this new type of clarity, you can't hear in my speaking patterns, but it's more of a mental one. I'm telling you, it's isolation autism. This is what this is, man. Or that fuck shit with that fucking orthodontist when I was young. Fuck dentists, fuck anybody that deals with teeth. All y'all fuck niggas are scammers. Watching out for dentists. But no one likes y'all. Y'all be scamming. I got changed dentist every week. I'm acting like I go to the dentist every week. maybe twice a year is a better qualifier for it. Because you're gonna get comfortable and start charging me all these prices. I would like to imagine there's a way where, we can not go to the dentist and just take care of our own teeth, and only go for like basic stuff, man. But yeah, that's maybe another childish delusion. But glass half full, we call them visions. And especially with the clarity I have now, they're more so blueprints now, man. But when it comes to, the rendezvous with old friends, I wonder, maybe the man I became through trauma may not resonate with them, or there may be some disconnects. Because I haven't really had any real friends since. Of course, that comes with my wishy-washy nature of being in the school, out the school, and how all my friends really came with proximity. It is what it is, I met with, no, not really, sort of. That fell through. I'm glad it did, because when you hang out with people under the white umbrella, sometimes you're gonna get caught up, as in like, you got me defending you for things I shouldn't, right? I'd rather not deal with that. Just deal with someone who understands things. I don't always want to explain stuff to you, man. But besides that, yeah, that's just a fear I've had. And I don't even know how it would work. Like I said, maybe life just works how life does. Maybe I title this that, and yeah. However I may come off, if anybody wants to give me grace, if they see this. I'm Solomon from Toby Hanna Elementary Center. I left during 5th grade. I'm down in Pflugerville, Texas now. Been here for the better part of 8 years. All right. It's been cool. I'm not sure if I miss the feeling or if I miss the people. You know, I went there once, 2023, the summer. I went into the recess area during the summer. No one was there, of course. People gotta stop making it weird if you want to play on the swings. And if it's in like a school area and no one's there, you gotta stop making it weird, gang. I think people like that is what made that gate kept all the swings. Cause now they made them baby swings. Cause I think we broke them. You know what I mean? Like older kids broke them. Cause the one at Toby Hanna, you know, the school that way. Maybe we'll go there during this episode, man. The way to get to CVS is that way. So yeah, we're gonna pass through there anyway. Maybe I'll show you what I'm talking about. But the swings, they done made them baby swings, man. Same with the it's a national park. It's something park. It's not State Center or something. The place with the plug that I did the push-ups at, which is for real. That's something else. I didn't do my push-up yesterday either. I was thinking I was gonna get back in, you know, the man. But I'll do them today when I get back. You know, maybe to, you know, compensate for my isolation, autism. I'm just gonna say the main a lot more, because usually y'all know what I'm saying, but my mouth is so disconnected from my mind nowadays because of that fucking expander they put in my fucking teeth. You see that? See that? Yeah, that's kind of hurting there, Ardonis. Yeah, I'm not marrying no dentist, sorry. But yeah, I got not mean it, because y'all know what I mean. I hope we have that type of rapport. I'm not saying anything too out there. If I'm saying stuff out there, then I'll have the words for them, you know. Maybe I didn't have the words to explain, you know, the fondness I have for my two old friends. I've been, you know, besides from family, and even with family, by myself, you know, recently, these last 3 years. Right, I've really been here 8 years. Yep, I'm 17. I came here when I was 9. This little bitty boy going in Toby Hanna, Murchison, up to Kelly Lane, now up to here. Man, time is... I was in such a daze, such a delusion. An illusion. And misunderstanding of time and how stuff goes on. I can always get smarter. Yeah, but sometimes I feel, you know, null. Yeah, we should probably get to the hiding spot more. I would like it to be darker. Cause like it's literally 7:57. It's gonna be 8, and it's gonna look, man. I almost wanna, yeah, maybe, man. Why don't we? Yeah, let's get going. Yeah, my throat's feeling a bit cloggy. Yeah, man. I didn't tell you why I'm going to the store, did I? Yeah, I always cut myself off. But like I said on Tuesday about all the broken headphones, all the broken electronics, right? It was our Tuesday or one of the days before. Whoa. Excuse me. I don't know. I feel like I just walked in a wave of allergens. You definitely could have used some water. Lord. But yeah, we're going to the CVS to find some headphones. Because I've been thinking about this earlier. But in order to do something professionally, you don't always need to spend something. You know? Oh, look at this. Clothing donation drop box. This donation bin is operated by MPS on behalf of, holy moly, on behalf of Hendrickson High School, Spanish, Hendrickson High School, 2157, and that address. All items must fit in box. We do not accept furniture. Dumping illegal by city ordinance. You see, that was isolation autism. I don't actually speak like that in real life, man. CharityClothingPickup.com. Okay, that's, yeah, clothing donation drop box. I have a lot of stuff my mama says I can donate, and there's a lot of stuff I want to keep because, you know, I'm using old jackets to fit my mask, and some of y'all might say that's unfair, or, you know, not giving back to people in need. But it's mine. It's what I do with it, you know. Everybody has their own morals. Everybody has their own standards. I would like to use it for something else. I had whole, you know, pizza boxes in my closet waiting to be used for a mask. I'm not sure if I can wear cardboard on my face. Usually my lips were pressing against it, and I felt like, man, maybe I have to wash it or something. Yeah, I probably wouldn't hurt to wash it. What's this about? Somebody here? Oh, yeah. I forgot. And some people just have the keys, or you can jump it. Man. It's a summer now. You can jump fences. You know, it's the summer. You know, P's in town. I'm getting into the groove. We here. We out. We go jump fences. Now, I would like to, if I'm going to jump a fence to get a backdrop, this fence in particular, I like for it to be for a music video. I always do dumb stuff. But I think I was trying to break into the school once. This is a funny story. I think I had a lockpick to my room, right? And my mama, when she needed to break into my room, you know, for reasons, you know, when I didn't want to speak, she would unlock my door, and I would undo the lock, and then she would get in. Yeah, that's how that goes. And yeah, we have a tumultuous relationship. So I thought, can I use this key for something else? So I took the key, right? When came over to this area, right? And it was early school day like many other days. And it's like, I don't know what I even thought about doing. I think I went up to maybe this door, right? Went up to this door. And I was like, maybe I can finagle that lock, right? And then, yeah, that's basically the end of that story. That's just the, you know, symptom of, there used to be more stuff here. Well, it is, you know, end of the John, right? Right. But yeah, that's just a symptom of isolation autism. You can do whatever you want to have fun. It's like your morals are gone. I'm trying to get my morals back, honestly, because I've been by myself for so long. It's like, whatever happens, happens. I would kick that baby to save the world, man. If you know, you know. But yeah, my throat's feeling a bit phlegmy, dry. Hope y'all didn't see that. If you did, oh well. You know, I never regret telling these stories, even that jeopardizes the chances with anything. Like I said, you're not free if you have to be you're not free if you have to be gave something. I'll never regret telling these stories because it's usually the authentic truth. Well, it's always that, actually. If I tell any lie, it's one of omission. Like when I said, or when I didn't say, I actually reacted to the Jack Harlow album through a reaction, which didn't stifle my enjoyment of it, how I received it. It's just, if it was some BS, I would rather watch it through someone else. And also currently I don't have YouTube Music. Maybe I should invest in that. We used to have Family Plan, but maybe call it isolation autism. But to be real with y'all, I deleted my old email. And even the email I'm left with is some long esoteric old reference to something I had going on in the past. I realized back then, 8th grade, when I got back into school, I was really obsessed with the memento stuff. Cogito ergo mon is really the name of my Twitter thing. Oh, what I hate about Twitter too is I keep on going there for porn, to be real with you. I don't have anything to gain from that website, honestly. Maybe like some political stuff, like maybe seeing what people are talking about. I think I can really get that from Instagram or literally going outside. I'm gonna stick to Instagram, honestly. I'm already going past my comfort zone with YouTube Shorts and Reels. It is what it is, though, man. I really am a one-man army. I can't talk too out of line. Just for safety's sake. I don't want to be stifled this early. Just off of a 1-second thought. Yeah. But yeah, this might hurt my chances of rekindling with my old pals, but it's better off what I do or know what I did and done. I think that's the same thing. For us to have a proper unconditional relationship, to know what I've done just in general in life. And then you can, interact with me accordingly. Not after you expect me to be something that I'm not, and then that's a whole man. Yeah. Make sure y'all know who I am. This is to show the real me, where I've been. This in general to everybody. Now, I can't do anything about this little high hair thing that happens after I take off the hat. It is what it is. Now, what I realized is if you moisturize your hair beforehand and like put something on your head, like in case my work hat, it doesn't affect it too much, because if you wet it before, it easily comes back. The water's just stored in type, I think. I don't know the science about it. I'm just spitballing. I'm just namina. Yeah, it really offends me how bumbling I am with my speech now. Ooh, I would be the perfect, model minority back then. Just off the case of my words and being the author I was. That's a good skill to have. But, maybe that stands to say I'm learning a new language now. One that the schools never taught me. I'm learning a new language of revolution. I was learning white English. Now I'm learning me English, if you know what I mean. Yeah, like I said Tuesday, a new position requires a new posture. So I'm learning how to deal with it. I'm gonna learn new words, learn new cadences. And the nature of this is unscripted, so what can you expect? I'm nothing extraordinary right now. So yeah, you gotta meet people where they are. And when it comes to these real life stories, I speak from real life. I'm getting off the porn, I'm getting off the outside foods. I'm really trying to detox my body from that music stuff too. Once you get in life, you take it in. You're not always having headphones on. And while they broke down, I think maybe they were telling me something. Maybe it was a sign. You got to hear the cars going, hear the birds chirping, hear the wind blowing subconsciously. Yeah, I'm not even gonna do anything with it. This is just gonna look like that little high tops thing I don't like. I would like my hair to be whiter. It is what it is though. But yeah. Knowing who I am and then making your what's the impression of me? Knowing who I am and what I've done and then making your impression of me, I think will supply us with a better relationship, a stronger relationship. Because I'm honest, man. That's not like a sick cough. I'm trying to clear my throat, man. I feel the phlegm. Now the thing is, here's a little funny story. When we were moving down here, now we took a car. I don't know, I just maybe Mama thought it would be fun. I don't know why we didn't take a plane. It was fun for sure. Yeah, we went to Pennsylvania all the way down to the Austin, Texas area, right? And when we got down here, my allergies started messing me up, man. Again, all sort of phlegm in my throat. Yeah. And I like coughed. I was like choking on it. It was crazy. Also like boogers in my throat. Phlegm, all that stuff, man. I realized phlegm started with a P rather recently. P-H-L-E-G-M. A lot of those letters are not used in that. But yeah. I don't know, it's just how my body interacts down here. Yeah, it messed me up back then. So it might just be the Texas atmosphere. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is that the bugs that got down here are something else. Yeah, they got some. There's something down in the air down here. No. Not in any type of way. I'm just speaking. But yeah. We going over to CVS to get some headphones. Because you have to go through that to know why it is what it is for you, you know? I listen to music too much. I almost became the music. If that's not too out there. I was listening to music so much that my sound was so much based off other people. I felt like I didn't have no identity. And it would be nice to say, you know, I can really make something original off my experiences. Because all that imagining something else while listening to other songs, it was good to curate the vision of it. It may taint the final product. And ultimately the efficiency of that. So now that I'm not listening to it as much, you know, we got a different man. I could have said that better. We have a different. I'm just gonna have to approach things differently. There we go. Now that I always imagine this. Just me speaking on life. I would like to record in school more. Never came up. I tried to do, the secret mic thing. Or holding up my water jug to people. It was better. It was a better idea than executed. And I got to it more this year. But then, once you know how to do it, it's too late. Just the nature of things. Yeah, it's really bothering me how disconnected I am from how I used to speak. It's going to be a transition. Getting back to... Because it wasn't just the words I said, and how I said it. It's how just I didn't pause. I didn't pause. Mm-mm. I prided myself being a no ums person. You know? I prided myself being someone who didn't a lot. Is that a porta potty? What is that? What the hell? Why they got porta potties? You know, this place could definitely use some more porta potties. Now, I always get anxious when I see a car stop, because I don't know when the man. We just gonna walk it off. Anywho, yes. I prided myself being a no ums person, regardless of what I said. I was a lot more well spoken, more eloquently spoken, and I don't know how to get back to that. Probably reading more. Questions I don't know where to start. Maybe just start with a dictionary, honestly. Let's start with a dictionary. Then go from there. Because I want to read nonfiction more. There's always more to learn, but I'm very careful about which nonfiction I decide to interact with, if you know what I mean. You know? But yeah, I'm just doing how we do. Now we don't stop in front of the Murchison. Yeah. As you can see, the sun's going down. So that's a nice atmosphere, right? And we're probably gonna see it go down on our way back, which is nice. I don't know what they got going on down here. The shore is as packed as it's ever been. Yeah, we just gonna go to Murchison and get our stuff situated. Didn't the man? I gotta figure out how to use this camera, man. This is gonna come with time. I gotta be alright with not rushing everything. It's like orientation or something. I seen kids coming from up there. People coming from the auditorium. Interesting. I never like going to Murchison when other people are around. Naturally, shouldn't be. So I'm gonna go to the little seats by the swings, and maybe we can show you all the baby swings now. Basically, how it used to be was a lot of the swings were higher, but now, wait, have they? No way they would put it back to regular swings. No. Yeah. Back in my day, when I was going here, you could see all the swings were for all ages. But recently, maybe 2023, 4, they got someone to freak it. I don't think it's 2023 because I remember still going here. 2024, I don't think so. 2025, 2024, 5. I think late 2024 maybe. Yeah, that's absolute blur in my brain. But late 2024, right? I remember I used to go here not that long ago, play some basketball. Yeah, good times. Listen to music. Ah man, on these swings, 2023, 2023, a little dirty as shit. What the fuck? I'm good. But yeah, those swings. They look better now, but basically, you see that little turf? There's a word for it, something something. That turf. Damn it, it makes me mad knowing I know something. I can't speak it though. Maybe that's a punishment. Maybe I misuse my influence or something. This is God punishing me. Man, it is what it is, man. Man, it is what it is, man. But yeah, these swings, maybe we can check them out. But yeah, I think what really finessed it was this. This wasn't here before. This was a lot lower. Yeah, it feels like bouncy. Man. But yeah, let's test this. It feels good, actually. You see? It got that little finicky noise. Oh, even looking at it. I definitely got taller. That's one thing. Since I was like 14, 15. Where I used to go here listening to music. Because usually sometimes kids would be at the other one. But no kid wants to be back at school, you know. Just the nature of things. But yeah, I'm not sure how I should do this. I think I'm going to take it out now. Nah. I think I should wait. But yeah. Everybody would be at the park that I'm forgetting the name of. Uh-oh. We're going on a mission. Crackers love staring, man. Anyway. Everybody got their little fucking motorbikes, too. Thinking they cool and shit. Making loud noises like you in the car. Might as well get you a whip. You want to be scary. It's not a scary vehicle. I'm just hating. But yeah, everybody got a damn motorcycle now, man. I'm sure they're not too expensive, but I just don't like it, man. Me currently, I guess. In some of my, music-induced dreams, I imagined myself on a motorcycle. Just going around. Maybe to the tune of a song. And since it sort of feels like torture, live with a dream. Can't do anything with it. Or I guess having to wait on it, right? It's the same way with these words I have. It's like, I know the words, I just can't say. I know what I want, I just don't know how to do it. And maybe that's the part of being the tortured artist. You just fall into that a lot. Maybe you get lost in the vision, go mad. Or maybe that's just how you get to the vision. And I'm definitely getting sluggish. Maybe I'll even get 2 headphones. But what I'm learning is, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta live life. That was a long looking rabbit right there. I don't even know what I was looking at. But, damn it. Yeah, you just gotta keep moving, man. Just doing these, and like I said, maybe the world will be pushed in a way where things go how I imagine them, or after they get pushed in a way, I can mold them into maybe a scuffed version of how I once wanted it. So maybe, yeah, that's that. I want to leave that there for y'all to sit with. Maybe the future that's made, I can mold into something that would make the child that started this happy. I don't know. We still the same person, though. Sometimes I just disconnect with him. It's gonna be a mission, man. It's gonna be a journey. I don't even know if I can pay on this card. Because, you know, everybody has that little tap to pay thing. I'm sure it's going to work with mine, right? So we're just going to see what happens. Yeah, I'm probably going to get two. Don't know if I'm going to test them. Probably should. All I need one is, because like I said Tuesday, they're running the play on this. They're making us buy these new phones where the charge cable and the headphone cable are the same. I'm sure it makes them spend less money. And in turn, they're making us pay more. But the headphone jack will be missed. And you got to understand the play they're running on us. I tried to protest it, but here I am with my new phone. And it's like, some things aren't meant to be this clean. You know, it's good for the dirty side of my mind. But ironically, you know, the sober mind, I don't like it. The digital shouldn't look like real life too much. Then you can get imprisoned in the fake vision of real life because your phone's too clean. Almost looks better than real life. That's how it trick you. The old phone, stuff even looks like how I see them. You know? Sometimes I'm even looking through this new phone now. As an extension. No. As a replacement for my eyes. And it's bugged out. So once we go in here, I'm going to turn it off. I don't want to say anything that rocks the boat, you know? I'm trying to live. But yeah, so I'm going to catch y'all soon. And we back just like that. Throat ain't get any less drier. But we got our two Johns. We're going to see if these the right cord. And if not, I probably should check for that. You see that? Yep, it's the old-fashioned, perfect, didn't need to be changed, cord to the phone. Headphone jack, which is gone, which is replaced with the charging cord. Now that was a great, you know, economical decision for the people. And a good thing that actually wasn't. But, you know, we don't care. We always want to upgrade and get something we don't need. So, there goes the headphone jack. Look how many dumb shit we do for progress, man. Well, I got these. I'm gonna make them work. What's these niggas here? That's fucking Breakfast Club in this joint. We got 5 kids hopping out of John. Is there a token there? There might be. I don't know why they there. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, stand clear. 5 angsty crackers versus 1 nigga's not gonna look good. So that's unfortunate. I sort of remember some kind of adapter. Yeah, there used to be an adapter for the old things. So I can make it work. I can make it work, actually. But that don't make it better. We had to spend more money to offset the disadvantage that came with spending more money. I don't know if I said that correctly, but it makes sense. That's what happens. It's dumb that they removed a feature or something that all of us had, and that now we have to buy something else on top of our already new phone purchase. I haven't been this autistic, Jesus Christ. Yeah. We have to buy something new on top of our already new purchase. This doesn't make sense to me, man. But hopefully, I didn't trash it yet. You know, we started getting the new ugly looking ones where the jack is the same as the John. That's funny. That's how illiterate I became. I can't even, I'm saying words I don't want to say, but they sound good now. I think I got it. Forget it. Oh, that's a bad idea. I seen a bunch of fleas going around the John. And basically, there's a port to the bottom part of the phone. That part. I've been pointing up to the sky, haven't I? Sorry about that. But there's a part to the bottom of the phone. Plugs into that, and now it's that little circle jack. It simulates the headphone jack. You need to get this little extra accessory. Yeah, I might even go back to my old phone. That's how it goes. You see, I got used to this overly pristine reality of this clear phone, right? And it's like, now it's like, I'm more hesitant to go back to what was working. Now, if y'all seen it, the phone screen was like half blacked out. You could barely see any of it. It's not like I've been a phone bull anyway. If anything, that would probably have been better for me. Like, I was holding it one day, it was like, it even took me back. It's like, I don't know. Some random sci-fi reference I was about to bring up there. It's like I was transported back to freshman year with that small phone. It was crazy. And this big phone reminds me of actually the worst part of my life. So look how things work. Maybe less is more, you know? Especially when more takes out something for exchange of a better little pocket reality. A Black Mirror. I turned the shit off. I'm looking at a Black Mirror. For anybody, it's a Black Mirror, if that wasn't clear. Then you got this looking hyper realistic. Sometimes I'm looking at the phone thinking this looks better than real life. Man, it was just an extra distraction. I can't blame them. You know, that's what we're taught to do. We're always taught to upgrade to something. Is what it is. If anything, I'll get a phone from my old generation. Because this new shit ain't for me, man. These cars. I'm not even a car dude. I don't care for that. As you can see, I'm learning how to drive. I don't care for it at all, though. I'm going to have to know how to do it before my birthday, so I can get my license right. I don't know what this nigga doing. But I'm gonna go everywhere on feet. I'm gonna be in the city, you know, man. I can even have a designated driver, but the way some people are socialized, they may want a man with a car. I don't want to be the man with the car, though. You know? Even the phone's looking way brighter than real life. Say that ain't so, man. This life don't make sense. This is a prison. Really. You spend more money to get put in a different prison. Goes with food. Matter of fact, I might get ice cream again when I get home. It's really solidified. Because now that I have a steady source of income, right? It's probably almost going to be, you know, time to go by that. So I'm going to get my hat and probably sign off. This is interesting. You know, I half thought I was going to fall in it, right? But no. People might say that's stupid. I don't know life, man. I haven't been living life. I'm back in the field now. I can go everywhere I wanted to go with a car now on my feet. Man. Yeah. I've always been obsessed with these big climactic withdrawals from stigma, you know. This is gonna be my last meal before I lock in. The worst thing about that then was I didn't have a job. So I was basically banking on this stuff working, and I admittedly didn't have the ethic to work like that to get to that point. So now I have something, you know, steady. And it don't hurt to have something steady. But, you know, the stubbornness within me is like, Even now I have that job, I won't compromise my morals. I believe something I used to say back then was, I didn't want to work for nobody. And it was a different situation. I don't want to get too far in the rabbit hole. I don't want to get too comfortable again. Shit gonna change in a minute. You see how bright it looks like in this joint? It's not that bright in real life, man. It's looking like a memory. Man. You see, we get put in new types of prisons. You know what? I'll tell you what. My old phone probably looked like how it ought to look. Probably look like the same little beautiful, city winding down type darkness around this time. Really takes me back, honestly, to those Septembers, August, Octobers, Novembers. Oh, it's 2022. Whew. Maybe it's never gonna get back to how it was. But sometimes you just chase feelings. Alright. So I'm probably gonna title this, Julia and Claudia. Let's see what happens. What was that? See a little sprightly thing in front of my face? That was probably just a reflection of a light. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta experience something to know whether or not you want it or not. And I'm really in like a purgatory of life right now. I'm slowly moving back to earth. But I've been in purgatory for so long, it feels. Still very disorienting. Even speaking, I've just been typing a lot. Looking at live streams. Yeah, this phone shit, internet shit ain't good for your child, man. I don't blame mama. She couldn't have done nothing. If she would have done anything, I probably would have hated her more. The freedom to fuck up is something I'm very grateful for. If it was any other way, it probably would have hurt more, knowing that you're trying. But that's that trauma. It's how it be. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know if I miss where I was or I just miss the feeling. We'll have to see. As you interact with people more, you learn. I would never choose computer, online school, homeschool over being with people. You learn how to deal with people. And if you want to get your kid, in cybersecurity, I don't know, somewhere AI field. I got some crazy story. I met this one man at HEB once. He was with his daughter. It was like something about, I don't know. We've seen them before, basically. I'm not good at telling stories. As you can tell, it's isolation autism that really weighs on my back. Fuck with my posture, fuck with my mouth, pause. Just fuck with my language and, my whole name. It's the reason I say the name now. I feel like a husk sometimes, but basically he told me, you go to college, you should get in the field, something AI related. This money shit don't matter. I feel like that's not for me. I'm not going to diss anybody else. But if you probably homeschooling your kid's going to be good for that. You're not going to be interacting with real life people anyway. You're building AIs, doing whatever he said. All that cyber stuff. Man, the people withdraw from a prison to be put in another prison. I feel like we're just not used to being free. We went from the school, which admittedly, while I liked some elements of it, it kept me busy. Well, it kept me around people mostly. Advanced, kept me going far. Let me see outside the city. I'm very thankful for that. And everything mom invested in that. But, some of the other people and the system of public school in general had some downsides. And usually the only other option is at online school. And I got flack from some of my non-family. you know, family my mama married into. That's not my family. I'm sorry. Not sorry. That's her family. I've already, even back then, I was trying to get everybody together. That was part of my crazy little music-induced coma. But glass half full, we call it a vision. I wanted to reunite my family. We got all this dumb stuff going on. You know, I like imagining that. And sometimes the weight of trying to do that made me go crazy. Made me say, no, I don't really care about this. But that's a product of my isolation. I really am a carer. Sometimes I'm so much of a carer, it might even, you know, make people uneasy. But I care, man. That's why I miss people from 8 years ago. 9 for some. I care, man. I wouldn't do this if I didn't care. I wouldn't ask myself these questions if I didn't care. I wouldn't think about quitting or not if I didn't care. Because this is really something powerful for me. I already had those conversations about whether or not I should quit rap. But nah, this is, you gotta be in it for the long haul. No tree reaps fruits immediately. Speaking of my avocados, you know, one of them withered a bit. Now that was the one that didn't grow roots, and I'm still learning this. But sometimes your seeds gotta die. Unfortunately. You wanted to see something beautiful happen, but maybe it was your ethics for not washing it, or watering it, excuse me, when you ought to. Or maybe it was just the weather. Maybe it was just the time you wanted to plant it. But that's just how things go sometimes. But I care, man. It would be good. It's not always being this alone. So I can go through that with someone else. It's different when you're online and you say, you know, reach out to me anytime. Sometimes you don't want to do that extra step because you're drowning in sloth. It's different when it's real life. And I want to be that person to reach out. Probably gonna reach out to my boy tomorrow. He was on the Chinese app, and you already know my feelings on that. Sorry, there's a bug on my arm. Let's see how that moon looks to y'all. Probably mad bright, huh? You see that huge brightness behind me? It's a lot more low key in real life. Everything looks bright online, and it seems like, you know, damn it, by design. There we go, by design. It's brighter than it really looks. So take that as you will. But we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's the people or if it was a feeling. But God exists within man. Human. You know, that's not gendered. God isn't gendered. Oh, so gender isn't real. That's a different conversation. You know, I'm probably going to non-mean my way through a gender conversation. I just try to stay well-read. You know? Yeah. Sometimes it kicks my ass. Yeah. Be nice to drink some water. You got these cords. Hopefully I can find my old adapter. Hopefully the old adapter didn't break. If not, we gonna really get crafty. But that's been me. Maybe this will get more views. Maybe it's more ambiguous. You know, I definitely hit a nerve. Probably. I'm sure someone's seen it in the algorithm. Or maybe I hit YouTube's subconscious nerve. Their algorithmic nerve. They didn't want to show that one. It is what it is. But it's going to be easier if I'm not doing this alone. Getting out of isolation, getting out of the music-induced comas, getting out of the trauma. I'm really fighting indifference. Because even when I don't feel how I ought to, I always want to care. I think we all do. It's just within us as people, you know? People are strong. Every day, just get outside, fight indifference, fight this black mirror. Either be your computer or your phone, you know? Fight the urge to stop. And know, or at least hope somewhere down there, that there's a reason to keep going. Even when life tries you. I hope I can make that community for someone else. The Solomon inside still. Maybe going through the same music-induced comas. Listening to music, thinking that you're making it. Living in delusion. And show you that you can get out there and write your story, man. Do it for life's sake. You gotta fight that indifference. Oh. Fuck. Oh, hell no. That's unnerving. I just seen like some black cat type thing. This is that new road. I'm not sure what they trying here. Are these like new edges to the John? I don't know. Well, yeah, that's me. You know, if you fight that indifference, maybe you'll stay in school. Because all the downsides of school, life is still important. Fight that indifference. Watch her. And know what the camera shows as bright, it's a lot darker in real life. That's my last quote. Love.